dsaqwe and lancerx. Here we go.
All right, let's go.
All right, looks like at the 12 o'clock position, we will have dsaqwe. And at the bottom left is the teal Protoss, we will have lancerx.
Okay, so let's start with the obvious things, right? Like the ramp, inverted ramp, but also what the dsaqwe probably knows about how the games against the Vault went for lancerx with the DTs. Right?
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, there was a lot of DTing in those games.
Yeah, and in that game, lancerx was actually, like, with the DTs, when he made them himself, he was relatively fast with them, but when he didn't go with them, he was actually aggressive enough to identify that the Vault was going for DTs. So I wonder if lancerx is going at least to be as active as in the games against the Vault, because it seems like the dsaqwe in the first game did understand better what was the situation of the game.
Yeah, Yeah, I think in general, basically, you either scout by attacking, by being aggressive, or you scout with a probe. It was unfortunate for him that he actually suicided the probe and didn't get enough information to see what the build is. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a bit more careful here and check what's going on. Now, of course, because there is a narrow ramp, even if it is a reverse ramp, if you're unlucky with the scouting, you can get blocked by a zealot. So we'll have to see if that happens here. It also means that going for early goon pressure builds is quite strong on this map as well. You can even get kind of like an early contain if you have the Dragoon advantage, which can be really, really strong. So we'll just have to look out for that again.
One thing that I think is actually quite interesting. Oh, just a second. I think that when you're playing in PvP, when you want to scout with your units, you actually have to have a build that is relatively aggressive, because if you're going for a relatively safe or heavy build, if you try to scout with your units and you get like, you lose one Dragoon for free, then suddenly it can snowball in a few seconds. So it would make sense that you would only do that when you're aggressive, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that both players know that. So
yeah.
It's a game of mouse and chicken a little bit, and you'd never know who's the mouse and who's the
mouse and chicken. Wait, isn't it cat and mouse?
Yeah, but I like you know, cat so.
Mouse and chicken. I've never heard that, but I'm totally stealing that. Game of mouse and chicken.
Dude,
that's exactly what it is.
Imagine, like, who's running, the chicken or the mouse? Like, you don't know, but with a cat, you know that always the cat when he's trying to catch you. So.
I've never seen a chicken running away from a mouse. I've never seen a mouse running away from chicken either, though. So I guess both of those are possibilities. That's excellent. That makes sense. It's legit. All right, looks like we have a zealot here from dsaqwe blocking the scout from lancerx. So lancerx scouted a lot later from dsaqwe. They're both going to scout in the correct direction, but of course dsaqwe gets his probe in, so he gets a full scout off, and it's going to take a while before this probe gets chased away by the Dragoon. Whereas lancerx has absolutely no information on his opponent right now, so he's gonna have to play a little bit more careful, a little bit more defensively.
Oh, that probe!
What the?
Lancerx with the probe magic.
Okay. Well, never mind. Just kidding. Ignore what I said.
I'm pretty sure that the dsaqwe was a little bit unhappy when he saw that.
Yeah, just holding position on the wrong spot on the narrow ramp is pretty annoying. It's funny how often that happens, actually. It's like, to be you should always do it slightly. I feel like the problem is often that players put their zealot a little bit low on the ramp. I feel like if you put it higher, kind of like here maybe, it's like narrower at the top. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but yeah, I always put them a little bit high, and I feel like that works well.
Or the other option is just send a zealot and put a probe as well, just to make sure.
Or just test it with your own probe. You can test it with your own probe and see if your own probe can leave.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so we are going to have 3 gates again from dsaqwe, same build, and this time it's completely unscouted again. And lancerx is actually going for even fewer gateways. Last game he went 2-gate robo. This game he's going 1-gate robo. Is he going to expand? Now the thing is, though, that if he does actually expand with slow Reavers like you were saying, it might be better than last game, because his Reavers will actually be out in time. He'll just need to make sure he can defend them, like, you know, either with a shield battery or some kind of like pylon block to help bug out his opponent's goons.
Yeah, and also the big difference, he does have one zealot this time. and a Zealot is actually really
Oh.
good for that. So
Yeah.
that's a big difference. Now, the only thing that he has to remember is never to stop producing from that one gateway, or otherwise it's going to just go completely wrong.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's interesting also how, in this case, pretty much the same thing happened as last game, where one probe suicided and saw 3 goons and a zealot. There was actually a 4th goon already on the map, so he might be slightly suspicious. But here is the goon attack. Now, dsaqwe is going to go around the top side. He's going to go up the wide ramp. It is a ramp still, so lancerx can try and fight this. He's got 4 goons and a zealot against 5 goons and a zealot. The ramp advantage should help him out here to make this battle more or less even, I suppose. I actually don't know exactly how much of a benefit the high ground advantage is, but immediately picking off 1 Dragoon. Very, very nice move here. And he's still on the high ground, but he's focusing down his opponent's zealot. And here we go. Dragoon on Dragoon action here. Oh man, he needs to shoot the red one. There we go. The red one getting taken down, but the dsaqwe looks like with slightly better micro moving away from the zealot, so the zealot cannot shoot. And is actually going to take down all of lancerx's Dragoons here. 2 Zealots only, but lancerx in big trouble. His Reaver is not even halfway done right now. lancerx could again lose in under 6 minutes.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Oh, that looked so much better than last game, and
Oh god, the probes are coming out. He needs to buy time for the Reaver. The Reaver's almost over halfway done right now. He needs to stop it at the ramp, I think. The problem is if the goons get down here, as soon as the Reaver pops, it'll get one shot without the chance to build any scarabs. It's like the probes managed to take down one of the Dragoons. They're trying to surround another one, but this is probably game over here for lancerx. The Reaver pops, but it's going to die immediately. Oh, no. GG.
oh man.
Well, on the bright side, he survived about 15 seconds longer in this game than in the last game. It was 6:32. Last game was 6:17. So there you go.
I mean, what worries me really is after losing that kind of game twice, how is he gonna go for game number 3? Because if I'm the dsaqwe, the 3rd game, I go straight to the DTs.
You don't go 3-gate again?
No, I just go DTs because after you lose twice like that, even if you lose one game because you went DTs and it didn't work, I mean, you still get you can get a clean win without too much trouble.
It's true. It's true. Oh, man. All right. Well, the map is Jade. Okay. DTs, yeah, DTs are fine on Jade.
Well, is there any map where DTs are not fine?
That's a good point, actually. I mean, well, okay, fair enough. The other thing about Jade, though...
Maybe Monty Hall.
I don't know, man. I bet you could, like, use probes to push DTs through all the minerals all the way through and still win with them. Because the other guy's, like, never going to expect it. But, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Jade is another reverse ramp map. It's basically... The main and the natural layout is the same as Aztec, right? So... 3-gate good, man. It's worked twice pretty easily. It's like free win build, which is pretty surprising, actually. It's not like it's some kind of epic cheese or anything.
Yeah, and it's not like... Because you can even go 4-gate goon, right?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, 4-gate goon is the cheese. 3-gate goon is pretty legit. I mean, to be fair, he's doing it without a robo, so you could argue that it's sort of cheesy because he just ought to lose the DTs, but it seems pretty good so far. And yeah, we'll just have to see if lancerx can pull it back in game number 3 here. Hopefully it's not like a quick 3-0. Alright, here we go, game number 3.